Alright everybody, you are here for Chapter 7 of the Ashen Hounds of the Hideous Halls of Mugdulblub. And we kick this one off with a bit of leveling up. They hit level 2, they had exactly enough, so that's going to be sweet. It only takes a quick minute, then we dive into the action, and it's going to be awesome. And this is the conclusion of the Hideous Halls of Mugdulblub, and then we get ready to move on to the next one. But it doesn't go quite exactly as planned, and they go a little off course, but it's worth watching. Either way, hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff, help the channel grow. Share it with your friends who like Shadowdark and RPGs, and otherwise, let's go. We'll start with some hit points. Everybody, I already got you switched to level 2. So priests are, start with the priests. Priests are a D6. So everybody can roll if you want. Priests are a D6, and fighters and rangers are a D8.
Ooh, D8.
Ooh.
You dwarves, you get to roll again and pick the highest because that's your racial ability.
Roll sweet.
I rolled a 6. Can I just keep my 6?
Yep. You pick the highest. So you roll with advantage, essentially. So
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my 6.
Oh, that didn't help me much.
well, yeah, at least it wasn't a 1.
Okay, let's see what I get. D8, D8.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
That's fancy.
the squishy ranger
I
is still
needed the high
squishy.
dice being like the tanks, so I like that.
I'll take light for mine.
Light is a good spell.
I'm gonna take light mainly because I don't have any torches left.
Oh, smart.
Kilbert-
We're almost out.
Kilvar never bought a torch because if his light spell faded, he deserved to be in darkness. I'm going to take protection from evil, I think, at the moment. I feel like I have solid hit points, like decent AC.
Let's pick it up from here. So I'm going to roll for everybody, just crawling order, just in case it comes up.
I'm not sure where everyone is. Where I'm to, it's dark.
Pause, we can't move.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
just gonna
Here we
Where am I
go.
to? Okay.
And remember,
Walk around.
there's a door over here,
So,
and then there's a door down here.
That's the door to the south is the one that we entered here from, right?
And you
Yeah.
shut, yeah.
Okay. Where did everyone go?
not leading. I'm just coming out into the middle here.
Yes, so that room, if
Oh,
you
it's the
recall,
final room?
the chambers of this place, the ceiling soars high above. There's a lot of loose stone broken along the ground, stains of blood everywhere. Looks like a lot of battles have happened in here, and or a lot of bodies being dragged around to cause all these blood stains. But otherwise, so that's your first move. You can move again or take an action.
I would like to take an action.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast my new spell, Light, on my shield.
Nice.
I'm gonna forget it immediately.
Michelle. Whoa, whoa.
Let's roll, baby.
Oh, that's good.
Woo!
Poof.
Light spell.
There you go. Ooh, that lit everything up. All right. So now that the light is way brighter, the other three of you still have another move or action, but not Bandic.
Let's
So-
move. Based on the direction we were given, will we be going east now, just straight, or do we think it's down and east?
Okay. So I think he said, I don't know if my notes are accurate. Said keep heading east until we hit a dead end, then we go south. We make a left turn. So I think we still keep going east.
All right, then go east.
So, Eddie, as we're moving around, you'll tell us if there's clearly like a place where we already stepped on and broke the floor, right?
Oh, yeah, as long as the trap is still visible. Yeah.
Yeah, like as long as it's. Oh, isn't this the? No, that was the skeleton shooting through the walls. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that will be top of round 2 now. Everybody can go ahead and move again.
Go.
So you can go 6 and then go another 6 if that's what you're planning on doing.
Okay, so this is a dead end, I think, here. So
And everyone will notice teenage Rothgar.
Need some light down here.
Because of the dark, Kilvar walked past one way, where it branches off.
Oh, no, I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
I'm 6 steps behind you guys now because I had to take an action too.
So,
Okay.
now you feel like, well, you came down to this room. Now, this particular room, yeah, the eastern wall of this chamber is pockmarked with jagged, irregular holes, like the wounds of some ancient battle long forgotten. And a faint but persistent stench of bile lingers in the air, as if the very essence has seeped into the stones itself. So there's probably about 20 holes over to this side. Otherwise, there's a door here. But you feel like the directions you were given stated that once you head south, take your first left. And you passed your first left.
Oh,
Back here.
That's...
Oh, okay.
So only go up to whatever you would. Count your backtracking. So you're probably going to be almost out of movement by about there somewhere. Right?
I'm out of movement.
Okay. safe
Assuming
to
I
say.
move once.
So top of round 3, because at the end of this one I'll roll for random counter, but everybody can go again. Well, at least now that they backtrack, Bandek, you caught up to them.
This works out.
Okay, so you're moving?
I don't have a torch. I'm not going first.
Yeah, I don't have a torch, so just assume.
Here we go. Finally, Bandek's in front.
Oh, why is my character not moving?
And this room, if you remember, well, these characters have never been to these places, which is why I'm
Oh, this is
describing
the
them.
compass on the floor room.
Yeah, this one has a etched-in compass on the floor. It looks a little odd. The door to the north is open, and inside, I'll say with your line of sight, you can see an altar and a bowl, like a white glass bowl on an altar. No, not sorry, on a pedestal, not on an altar. It's on a pedestal. So again, but that was your old characters who explored all that. Are you guys just ignoring it? It's up to you.
Well, this is the barricade that he mentioned, so we got to break down the barricade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to. So, how is it barricaded again? Like, I can't remember. Like, is it just boards or is it?
It's a mix of everything that could be thrown at it to barricade. It's just piles of debris, and a lot of it is heavy. So essentially, to break through here, it will require a lot of force to break through.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles and take a crack at it.
I'll say that 2 others can assist because there's enough room to fit another person here and here. So does anybody want to go in and assist Hrothgar? You would add your strength score to his roll if you have a strength score.
I do
help.
not have the strength score.
And if you have a negative, I would not step up. And if otherwise, yeah. All right, so it's just...
Does
I will
anyone have
help.
any positives?
I will help.
Yeah.
I will also help.
I have a positive too.
I also have a positive too.
Whoa.
Okay.
Strong team.
Ooh, nice. And I have advantage, so I'll be adding. So my ability bonus is going to be 4. It's going to be advantage.
Okay, I'll let you know, DC 20.
Roll. 17.
So you all take your round, and you do shove some of the debris out. You know, you're starting to feel like maybe you get a few pieces out, but right away there's a couple bowlers and large planks and things.
Did his strength check apply to it, or was it just our strength modifiers applied to helping? How does that work?
He added the modifiers. That's why there's a +4.
Yeah, but I have +2 and
Oh, I thought you had it just +1.
Bandek is +2. So
And how much do you
I did-
have, Hrothgar?
I have +2. I thought they only had +1 each.
Well, so we have 19.
So you failed by 1.
Still failed. Okay.
So as I was describing, yeah, there's a couple really heavy objects there that are just in the way, and you force, and you have to sit back, take a deep breath. But you feel with time you can get it, but you weren't able to now. So we'll see if there's a random encounter.
Yep.
On a D6 on a 1. So I'm going to keep it on blind for 2 different tests here. First
We're
test.
seeing your result, though. Okay, it looks like blind doesn't show up in the chat. We just see the actual physical dice that you roll.
Private GM roll. That is weird. All right, anyways, I'm going to roll 1 more.
A 1.
Okay. All right. All right. Because of the 1, you guys are making a lot of noise here. You're tearing and ripping at this and throwing bricks across the floor. It's a little hard to tear down a barricade while stealthily, right? So obviously you're making just that noise at it. And grunting. And as you're ripping into that, I will point out, because of the nat 1, you guys hear, coming from the northeast, suddenly, like this singing just starts echoing throughout the halls. And then you hear, oh, shit. So, start back to top of 4. Luther.
I will take my torch and drop it there. Draw my bow. I'm going to hold an action. If something comes into my line of sight, I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. Good enough. Bandek, you're up. Oh, I should unpause the timer now.
Okay. I am going to... what way did you say it was coming from? Like, this way?
Yeah, up that tunnel.
Okay, I am going to stand right here and ready my weapon. Like, post up against the wall and
Okay.
ready my weapon.
Excellent. Holding your action to swing it.
Yeah.
Kilvar.
He's going to take a step back, and before I do, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Bendick, or attempt to.
It's not a healing spell.
Oh,
Do I want to risk?
I think my opinion is save your luck for the heals.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
what I
made it
cast.
this far without that spell. Like, we can make the rest away with that.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'm taking a step down, so Rothgar can move up if he wants.
All right. And Rothgar, you are up.
While I won't merely be as hidden, I am going to move up here just to be ready to strike anything that comes into the room.
All right. So I'm going to get whatever this thing is to act on the Game Master turn, but at the start of the next round, they're going to be in an initiative, okay? Because I didn't actually roll them into the initiative, but right now at the end was Game Master, so I'll just say for this round they went at the bottom. But okay. With that, I'm going to roll with advantage. Oh shit, I still got it on private. An 8 with advantage is not a hit. So that is a whiff as a rock flies by your head and ricochets off this wall and deflects into the room.
Can I yell out? About halflings, we're on your side.
Luther, you're up. You hear no response in the dark to your shout there, Kilvar.
Still nothing came through.
Nothing came through, but
right.
you, after that rock flicked and whisked past, you heard footsteps of like pattering off.
And I'm going to continue to ready an action. First thing that crosses into my line of sight, I'm going to shoot.
Okay. Bandek?
I'm gonna do the same thing. Just stay there and ready my action. Because the rock... Who did the rock shoot at?
Rothgar.
Oh yeah. I will then continue to ready my action.
Kilvar?
Kilvar is going to... I wish I had more strength. Kilvar's going to attempt to move this stuff by himself.
Okay, you need a 20. You need a 20.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a negative modifier, so even if he rolls a 20...
No, I have a straight modifier.
Oh, I thought you had a negative.
Rothgar, you're up.
Couldn't think of anything else to do.
Rothgar is just going to like hold his ground and wait for something to enter this room.
Okay.
More bitter molds throwing rocks.
Okay. With advantage. 16 does hit Rothgar for 1 damage as a rock cracks you in the head. He's like, And then you hear from out in that direction, you hear, "Get out of our home, or the next one will be in the eye socket."
Yeah, it's bitter molds.
And Luther, you're up.
I'm going to stow my bow. I'm going to assist Kilbar with the barricade. I'm going to make a roll to try and help him clear it out on this round.
For you, that's a 18 or above. Okay.
It's a bit stuck in here.
Bandek, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to take a roll at it. 'Cause
Why not?
same thing.
Kilvar?
Told you
Okay.
it's stuck.
I'll look over the rest of the way. I'll show you how to do it, and then just get stuck on the same rock he did.
Kilver's going to come up here, ready his weapon for anything that walks from that corner,
Yeah.
so Rothgar can go down and see to that
Ro-
door.
Rothgar, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna come down and kick against the barricade.
You get it,
So-
16-year-old.
Okay, let's do this. I'll still get advantage, so come on. Ooh. Oh, I did it!
Hey.
I come down and I kick through the barricade.
We loosened it. We loosened it for you.
I'm sure you did.
I love it. All right. So, with that, after getting pissed off from getting hit in the head with a rock once again, you just go down and you grab whatever is there, filled with rage, you just rip it apart. Okay, so I'm going to unlock this and open it. So, it's technically like kind of a door frame that's been just heavily barricaded up, and you pull through it. All right. Okay. 1, 2. Stepping in here and slashing with a sword against Kilvar. Now, you were holding your action, right?
I was.
All right, Kilvar, you get to swing first. As stepping just out of the shadows, you see a bitter mold, a very tired bitter mold. And as he lunges around to swing at you or try to impale you with a short sword, you hit him for 3 damage. And at the same time as that sword kind of half goes through the side of his hip, he lunges forward with his short sword. Normal swing.
He misses.
Misses. And then he retreats back into the darkness. And Luther, you're up.
I'm just going to look at Rothgar and say, "What are you doing here? You were supposed to be holding the corner." And I'm going to ready an action if somebody comes across the corner.
Sorry, I just kicked down the door, which you guys are struggling with.
It wasn't your job.
All right.
Get back there. Get in the fight.
Do everything, Rothgar.
Do all of the things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Very good. Bandek.
I am going to come back and can I use my action to haul Kilvar back behind me?
Yep. And Kilvar, are you willing? If not, it'll be a strength check.
I'm willing.
All right. Yep. You can, as an action, we'll shove him back here.
Yeah, so I will be the first one they see if they come in.
All right. Kilvar, you're up.
Peek around the corner.
Well, based on your light source, you actually can't see very far.
Okay, that's it. That's my turn.
You can only see a little bit there because the torch is on the ground and a little bit off to the side. All right. Rothgar, you're up.
I can't see down there. I don't have a light source. I know there's no guy up there, but you know what? I'll move up for now in case they come in.
Okay.
And I'll sort of ready an action. If he tries to sneak around that corner, I'll cut him down.
All right. So you hear now, you bastards, raiding our home. What do you want? Are you like all the rest?
No.
Who is it that shouted out that we were on their side?
I did. But I showed it to the halfling. That, you know, it's a halfling thing, so.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go that far, so it can go to here.
Can I take my shot?
Luther.
Yeah, so
and Rothgar.
Luther's ready to action goes first, then mine.
Yep. Okay, Luther, go for it. There's no cover rules in this. So I'm not going to probably get into cover rules unless
Doesn't matter.
unless you're blatantly like hiding behind something, but that's fine. So, well, why'd you use a longsword?
Oh, wait, did I hit longsword? Oh, that should have been longbow, but
Either way, it's a miss.
same. We'll keep same rolls. It's a miss.
Guys, does that torch look suspicious to you?
All
I'm
right.
going to make an attack.
Yeah. All right. So, how
I
do
was
you
doing
want
the one. I was doing the one-handed, but I think it's still enough to take him out.
Yeah. With that, he rushes out from the shadows again, emboldened for some strange reason. Despite his low health, he seemed a little uneasy about it, but he lunges forward, and that little bit of uneasiness sets it up as the arrow whizzes by, but you swing your sword and just decapitate him as the body slumps to the ground.
He's distracted by the arrow as I sort of swing and like just lop off the head.
I'm going to make this visible now. Those who can see it, which I think is only Luther or Rothgar, you
I got
see
a half view. Yeah.
you see just a little bit of a lank-haired and woman, kind of moon-eyed, purple ichor dribbles down from the corner of her trembling mouth.
Oh,
She steps over, just emerges out from the shadows with this sinister look of just anger. And she just says, "I'll teach you to come in my home." And with that, I'm going to roll. And on a 1, it's the Ranger. 2, it's Rothgar.
So like we're just fighting like the boss here as a random encounter.
1 is the Ranger. 2 is... So that's... All right, here comes the attack. And you can see her from your line of view, right? Yeah. Okay. Not a nat 20, but a hit. 1, 2, 3 damage as her arm extends. So for the other 2 dwarves in the corner, all you see is a long, picture like almost like a symbiote-looking arm just stretch right across the room past Rothgar with almost like a bladed, like pointed lance-like end. So same as if, Carnage would do such a thing, and like, but it's like purple and dripping with ichor, and it just goes all the way across that room and kind of impales into the chest of Luther and then retracts. And then it attacks again, and it's going to go for the same target again. So, normal.
Well, I am gone.
1, 2, 3. And this one, again, so basically you see immediately the second arm lash out, and this one like pierces through the upper chest, and both impale Luther into the stone wall, and then they withdraw, and then you hear the footsteps of retreating.
I am going to move over to here, and I will look at Luther's dying body, and I'll I'll place my hands over the wound in his chest, and I'm gonna cast heal. Oh no!
You have my
So
luck
I
for
have a
that.
luck.
Are you taking the Ranger's luck or your luck?
The Ranger's luck. I don't have luck.
Oh, well, it goes off. So now you get to roll 2d6.
And roll.
Why did you roll your light spell, by the way?
Oh, I just clicked. Oh, because Cure Wounds was X'd out. That's... Sorry.
Still the same check, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good heal.
All right.
I only have 6 hit points in total, so 1 dice would have done it. But,
I'll put my hand in, and the light will just, like, radiate off my hands, and I'll be like, quick, to arms, we're not done yet.
I just spit on the ground, stand up, say, "Told you, Rothgar."
Kilvar, you're up. Unless you want to use any more movement, Bandek. Kilvar, you're up.
That's everything.
Kilver's gonna come up here And stay behind Rothgar, be ready to heal, and that's it.
Okay. All right, you want to say you're holding a heal if needed?
Sure.
I'll just because that's still just an action. You just got your hands on him, ready to cast the spell if something were to happen.
I've rubbed my hands together and said clear and put them on his back.
Rothgar, you're up.
I'll just ready an attack, like if anyone comes around the corner.
Okay. Luther, you're prone. Half your movement to get back up.
I'm going to get up half my movement, pick up the torch. Okay. I'm going to throw it here.
Okay, so I'm going to let you know whenever you throw a torch, there's a 2 in 6 chance it goes out.
That's fine.
So if you'd like to roll a d6, and on a 1 or a 2, it goes out. And then it's ruined, like the torch is gone for good. But
Yeah,
it's
pretty sure
getting
it's almost done anyway.
soon, yeah.
1 or 2 goes out. All right.
Oh, it's good. It slides across the floor, and the flame does not give out.
That's just so people can see down the hall. And then
Ah.
I am going over here.
All right, now you hear the voice once again. I will give you 1 chance to leave. And you leave now, or else I will feed you to the great Mugdulblub. What say you? Before she continues with her turn. Do you give her a response or no?
The party kind of glances at each other, like, what's everyone doing?
Fuck her.
Exactly.
I'm gonna call back out. You, much like your lord, will be purged by the light.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Also, you're blocking the exit.
4.
I'm gonna scream, you're gonna die, witch.
I do have my ready to action before she does anything else.
For sure. She, more emboldened now, steps in the room to get a good look at actually how many targets are in here. How many victims.
Standing on top of the torch.
How many victims. Yeah. It's fine to stand on torches. You guys have done it many times.
I know. Attack. Come on.
You swing, and as she steps around the corner, and she kind of sidesteps as your blade arcs down and scrapes across the floor, and you miss.
Yeah, that was not a good roll.
I moved the torch so I can see her icon.
Oh.
That's cool.
I guess based on where she's to, she's just going to beat on the person who just swung at her.
Makes sense.
All right, so here we go. First attack. Definitely hit for 2 damage.
Okay.
1, 2. And swings again.
It's a miss.
13 is a miss, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Bandek, you're up.
Oh no, I'm healing.
Oh,
what's
right,
that?
you held your heal, right?
There you go. Back up to full health.
Bandek is going to move up. She went back there, did she?
That's as far as she could get, yeah.
Chase her down.
Then Bandek is going to hold here and ready his action to attack.
Okay. Gilvar, you're up. Interesting hit and run tactics we got going on here.
This is like
Yeah.
hitting around corners.
Well, keep in mind, she has a ranged weapon, so picture it like a bow. Why would she just run in there now just to be all in your face? She's actually fighting smart. So.
I'm not arguing against that. It's all like,
I'm gonna rub my hands together again and like place him on Rothgar's back and just be ready to heal him.
Got your own personal pocket healer. All right, Rothgar, you're up.
I'll just hold my action to hit her if she comes in because I can't see her where she is right now.
Luther, you're up.
1, 2, 3. Gonna take a shot.
Ooh.
Now that I got
Can
my
you see
shit
her?
together. I can see her.
A 14 hits. But
1, 2,
her
3.
rubbery-like
but
body
she's a bitter mold.
Yeah, she's a bitter mole.
only does 2 damage to her.
Or
Damage is damage.
damage is damage. I'll take it.
She is rather irritated with you lot, but she's still feeling good. She'll move in to here. I guess technically you get to swing, Bandek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take my attack after him.
Bandit
will finish her off, though.
Fish.
That is my role in this party.
She's barely.
She's just a standard bitter mold.
Yeah, she's just a random.
That one.
No, no.
Oh my god.
Pausing the game because I have critical failure rolls.
Bandit's dead.
D10.
A 2.
Okay. Now you get to choose roll strength or dex with a DC 15.
Right?
Oh.
I get it.
You got it. Okay. So as you swing with your longsword and you come around, she brings up one of her kind of tendril hands and strikes you in the arm to parry it. And in doing so, she parried so hard that you almost lost the blade, like it almost slipped out of your hand. But you're able to.
Luckily, I have an extra finger on that hand, and I grip the sword tighter.
Indeed. The six-fingered man.
Forgot about your extra finger.
So did I, but I love that it came up.
All right, Rothgar. Were you holding?
Okay,
I think you were, yeah.
Yeah, I was holding as well, so I'll make my attack. Sorry, it's just slowing down for me.
Whoa, why is it critical?
Oh, 16 damage!
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, she regrets stepping up now. She was confident. Nat 20 for 16.
Seeing what she did to Bandek, I'm filled with rage.
She did the Bandek.
Oh, okay, you can describe what you just did to her. She's still alive.
She did the foolish thing of focusing on the wrong target, because, like, as she does that somewhat impressive parry against Bandek, though he still manages to hold his sword, like, I take that opportunity and just slice her straight down the back, like, going from her neck right down her entire back, which doesn't kill her, but almost still cleaves her in half, like, feels like, pieces of her starting to hang off.
I didn't expect that to happen.
That was mess.
Okay. All right. So she was back there. She used 3 things of movement. Her plans have changed. She's not interested in staying to fight now. So 1, 2, 3. So that's her full 6 movement, and she's dashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the dark. Bolts past you and lets out a scream as like purple ichor and blood just drips and streaks across the floor. As she's running into the darkness, you just hear this weird kind of slurpy kind of sound happening. Bandek, you're up.
I hope our warrior grabs when he leaves.
I can grab it.
I think it was yours to begin with, to be honest.
No, it wasn't. It might have been one that I gave you, because I haven't held the torch, but I do know I gave someone a torch last time, so it was probably
that was
mine
me.
originally. Yeah. I need my hands for my shield and weapon.
All right, Kilvar, you're up.
I'm trying to move... Eddie, I'm trying to move past her. I know I have to make a check or something for that.
Yeah, with her, what I was trying to describe as the slurpy sound was you no longer see her. Instead, you just see a mass of purplish slime moving across the floor.
I get
Dissolve herself.
She dissolved into a big pile of purple slime. But you can still roll, and I was going to say that you might slip on the slime as you try to get by. But with that, you're able to push past, yes. And
I'm trying to get in front of her. There you go.
Now I'm gonna stab her.
oh, you're going to chop down at the slime?
I am.
Ooh.
With the Sunforged Slayer?
I think that finishes off the slime.
Yeah. Eat that slime. Like, die, witch.
All right, describe how you want to do this to a puddle of slime.
Right through the slime and into the ground.
I loosened the jar on that one.
Well, with that, you just chop, and the slime just was hastily trying to crawl across the floor. And Bandic, you run and you just leap over the top of the slime and get yourself in front of it. And as the slime comes to a stop and gets ready to pivot to go a different direction, Kilvar dashes down the chamber, slides across the floor with a Sunforged Slayer, and sticks the sword right into the middle of it, and then the slime stops moving. Kind of splatters in a bunch of directions and just stops moving completely. With that,
That was great.
I'm going to remove that combatant. For you two that are down there, you notice you find yourself in a vast and breezy cavern. Its expanse illuminated by the dull glow of lichen clinging to the sheets of dripping flowstone that blanket the walls and natural pillars, casting surreal shadows that dance in the dim light. The ground beneath your feet is uneven and crumbling. The cut stone gives way to the gritty, jagged rock that threatens to betray your every step. A sluggish and murky river winds lazily through the chamber, occasionally disrupted by splashes, its lazy current meandering westward. I will actually point out now that you just defeated that character. That was a level 5 character. So, you're all now level 2 heroes, right? And you defeated a level 5 monster. 2 luck. So, who doesn't have luck?
I don't anymore.
I don't have.
I don't have luck either.
I have luck.
So, all right. I'm going to roll, and on a... So we're going to have 1 is Bandek, 2 is Luther, 3 is Rothgar. Whoever I roll does not get a luck. Since there's 3. So, yeah, starting from the bottom up, I roll a d3. If I roll you, 1 is Bandek, so Bandek does not get a luck. So that means Luther and Rothgar, you get the luck. Because there was two to give out. Okay. All right. And Rothgar, you're up.
Okay. Oh, the torch just went out.
Mm-hmm. And you're in the dark.
Oh well, don't need that anymore. I'll just go. Oh wait, can I not move it? Oh, you're
wait.
being paused.
Well, Kilvar, were you doing something other than?
I was gonna poke my sword around his corpse to see if she had anything in her goo.
You're searching the goo for treasure.
Yes.
Right now.
And I'll step in the room so people can get in.
Will you come down and join yet?
Okay. So with that, I'm just gonna say right now you move your sword around in it, and it's literally just like purple slime, the same kind of slime you'd see like a kid playing with, except on a big scale. You know, a 5-foot area of just this sticky slime. It sparkles and kind of got a little bit of glitter to it, but otherwise that's all you see. Rothgar, you're up. You guys were left in the dark, so you can try to make your way down.
I see a bit of light. So 1.
And you guys, yeah, you can all take your actions, right? We don't need to go turn for turn. So Luther, you can start moving too.
Oh, her token's still there. I guess that's just where her slime is.
Yeah.
Let me move the map.
As
we found the river.
As Lothgar moves up towards me, I'm gonna look at him and say, "Show me your bow."
Show you my bow.
The master's rolling something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't mind me. Continue what you're doing.
I'm gonna cast light on his bow.
Oh.
It says because the light spell says one object I touch.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So try to cast it, not fail it, and I'll activate it. There you go. You now have the light spell on you, Luther. As you guys approach, bursting out of the river and coming up towards you, you see these short, mutated catfish-like creatures, very similar to the golden one that you met earlier, with the exception they're not golden, they just have regular kind of catfish, dark scales, more natural looking, if you could say such a thing, for a mutated catfish. They rush out of the river and stop there, and they just go, "Oh, you will give us food, or gold, or die." And they're looking at you menacingly and bobbing back and forth.
I'm going to pull out my 4 mushrooms and say, do you guys like mushrooms?
They all start nodding their head.
Okay, there are 4. I throw a mushroom at each of their feet.
They grab it, they gobble it up, and you can mark off 4. How many did you have?
4.
They had 4. All right.
So they do a DC 12 con checks, I guess.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Because these are hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Oh god.
All right. And checking their con. All right, so I'm going to go from left to right. This is the first one. The next one.
Okay, just food. Ooh, not just food. Not food. Food.
Okay. All right. So the 2 in the middle, if they eat it, and they're all like, oh, they feel their stomach, and they're like, oh, it feels so. If a smile could come across a mutated catfish's face, it does. Their eyes light up with excitement, and with that, they're like, "You're free to go," and they splash. And these 2 just rush on down and dive back into the river. These 2 start tripping balls. They start like a psychedelic frog meme. They just start looking around in all directions. And I'm gonna roll. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how extreme is their trip? So 1 being not extreme, 10 being extreme. So let's see. This is for the one on the left, and this is for the one on the right. Okay, so this one here just walks over to the water, edge of the water, and is looking into it, and it's like, oh, kind of like mesmerized by the current as it's going. And just totally enthralled with that. This other one is just like, oh, you hear that? What? Just takes off. Into the distance, screaming as if terrified of something that startled it. Okay, well, we'll just pick up at the top here, Kilmer.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the party and say, we were told to find an underground lake, weren't we?
Oh, we had to follow the river till it came to an end, but the end was an illusion, and we have to go through it.
Yeah, that would bring us into the Bittermold territory where we can find the tomb.
So, I'll take a step down. Is it flowing to the left or right, buddy?
It's flowing to the west.
Okay, let's start kind of walking over to here.
Okay. Great idea, by the way, Luther. I love that.
I love that so much.
Great.
I was fully intent on trying to slip it to the guys later, but yeah, this seemed more.
Yeah, well, it's working. You saved an encounter. You don't know how deadly they are, so excellent. Rothgar, all of you can now move, by the way. Take a move, and then we'll determine if you want actions. So you can all do it together.
Yeah,
We'll
just sort of stick together as a group, I think. So.
Yeah.
How deep does this water look?
Where you are seems to be slow, but it's transitioning around this corner here. It seems to pick up speed. So over here, it's a bit slow. It's heading west. And then when it rounds that corner, it looks like it's starting to pick up speed. And it's also only looks about 5 feet deep.
Oh man, one of us are gonna drown. How tall am I?
You're a dwarf, so you're under 5.
That's what I mean.
You're between 4 and 5 ish. Probably.
Could throw you across the river. It's not that far.
Say the line.
Nobody throws a dwarf.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I jump 4 feet? That's the question.
Can you?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking Eddie.
What do you mean jump? You want to jump across to the other side, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a strength check.
Oh my god.
Can I stop him from doing that?
Yeah.
Just hold on. I'm going to pull out my grappling hook again and the rope, and I'm going to say, just give him the anchored part. Say, hold this. And I'm going to grab the end of the rope, and I'm going to jump across.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make it a strength check because you're just trying to clear distance here. So it wouldn't be dexterity. It's just strength to try to have enough force to propel yourself across. So you're better with strength anyways. So go.
That's why I tried to stop him.
Here, at the narrowest point, I'll only make it DC 9.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Nice.
You could essentially jump to that opposite edge, up tight against that rock wall.
I'll keep hold of the end of the rope, but I want to make sure there's room for people to hop up on shore. And I'm just going to grasp the rope and say, now, you guys can use that maybe to give you some extra advantage trying to cross so you don't drown.
Okay. The rest of you guys can take movements or actions now if you'd like. All right, I'll say with the rope assistance, it drops it from a 9 down to no check required.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, is that just a dead end? Are we jumping across this river?
No, it keeps going.
This river keeps flowing, but look, yeah, there's a wall here, cavern wall here and here, so it's like a tunnel. It's just the river flows.
So jumping across is pointless.
Into the dark.
Well, the light source can leave.
So, well, I'll do a round. We're top of 12. You all stand at this edge here. Again, it's just, you're underground now in the caverns, and the water has transitioned to be fast flowing now.
So does it look like the water is disappearing into anything, or?
Still kind of looks like it's about 5 feet deep from what you can tell, but the fast current means it's going to require a swimming check to maintain your footing and not get swept away with the current.
How do swimming checks apply with armor?
Well, if you look at your armor, it says, depending on your armor, plate mail you automatically fail, I believe. But with chainmail, if you click on it, it says disadvantage for stealth and disadvantage for swim tests.
I'm gonna drown.
So
I suggest we check down here first.
Oh, there's a path?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Or feel free to jump in the water if that's what you want.
Oh, I couldn't see this back there.
I know.
all right, so you can all take another move and then another move and then an action or a move. But I'll say
I don't have a light source. I'm waiting until someone has one. So
all
we
right.
can...
I'm gonna say well, when somebody with a light source. Okay, stop. Bandit, go back 1. All right, and Rothgar, you go back 1. Once you guys get about here, you hear from the southwest down this way. You hear what can only be described as the faint kind of echoings. Not too faint, not too far off, actually. You hear the murmuring of voices, speaking common, and a lot of voices. First, you're like, okay, what was that? There's 2, and it echoes through the cavern. 3. Then you're hearing distinct chatter, and it sounds like there's a lot of chatter coming from that direction.
It's the southeast, not the southwest.
Yes, southeast over
There's
here. Over that way. You can still finish your movements or talk or do whatever. I just wanted to point that out once you got that far, because your light source spreads quite far as well.
That catfish did say it would be Bittermill territory. I'm sure there's a lot of them there.
Is there a river down that way? Does it bend, or should we just continue into the river?
So it seemed like the river would be going. The river's flowing west. Then we should be heading to the southwest, and we're hearing the voices come from the southeast. So we can try going southwest in that case, if our goal is to try and meet up with the end of the river.
That's what you plan to do.
Keep walking southwest. I'll provide light, but I won't go first.
Area.
Shit, I see something. Or that's a catfish, the crazy one. Keep going.
He's the one that's tripping balls on the other side, yeah. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Okay, and we just keep moving?
Yes.
Okay, has everyone used their double move? Go ahead, do I go another round?
I never used my double move, yes. I just did my regular move.
We are staying in standard block formation for combat.
Okay, so I'm seeing two paths here.
All right, so I will describe, now that you are there, this area. You stand within a cavern of imposing grandeur. Its high, drafty ceilings composed of crimson-streaked rocks, as if the very earth itself weeps blood. At the center of the chamber, a massive rock pillar rises, flecks of white pepper across its bottom half like stars in the night, a haunting contrast to the surrounding darkness, and the murmurings, far distant murmurings of some voices. Continue as you were. Top of the round, I'll just start a new round. At the bottom of this one will be a random encounter check, but you can get another.
And we can't. And do we see anything? Because I see like there's a path to the south and there's a path to the west.
Right now, yeah, there's a big stone pillar here in the center. That's what's splitting your line of sight. You're not sure how big it is. It looks big enough to block some line of sight there, but for this big thing that's here is the stone pillar I described. But other than that, that's it. It looks like you can either go right or left.
Keep heading west. Okay. And there's more. See another passage west, another passage south.
It's a big place.
All we know is the water was flowing west. I say we go west until we find water.
Is this a different chamber we're stepping into?
It kind of opens up again, yeah. But it's still kind of the same description as I had, just caverns with the crimson stoned walls.
Yeah, once we're in here, this is our double movement. I'm just sort of waiting for everyone to be in.
All right, so once everybody finishes double move, I'll roll for a random encounter on a 1. Nope. So top of round 4.
Okay.
Go, everybody go again. Move where you want.
And west.
Do we hear water at all?
You do now. You're starting to hear it. As soon as you're starting to come up around that corner, this part looks familiar to you. Before you, a burbling, murky river flows slowly, its water spilling forth into a foreboding dark tunnel. The river's depth reaches 5 feet, and as you gaze into the flowing water, you notice glittering objects skating along the bottom. And this is where you've seen a better mold dive into and then start swimming south.
This tunnel is, I think, where we have to go.
All right, so are you all diving in and starting to swim into a totally dark tunnel? Well, you don't have torches, you only have light spells, so that's good.
We only have light spells, so that's good.
Because otherwise...
that's good.
All right, so...
Well, I have a question. What is this big black hole? Is that an actual hole?
No, it's to represent that it flows into a dark cave and goes, like, off-map. So,
yeah, it goes into a hole in the earth.
No, it's not going down.
It's not going down.
It's going into, like, a cavern.
That's still a hole in the earth. I don't mean, like, directly down. I just meant, like, if we jump in that and, we can't swim, we're gone.
But the catfish said it was an illusion, so we should be fine.
Okay.
If the light wills it, you'll be fine.
Oh, you're right. I'm jumping in.
Yeah, go on in.
All it takes is to mention the light, and your willpower is auto success. You all, All right, everybody. Roll swimming.
God.
Disadvantage for anybody in chainmail, which is all of you,
So
I think.
swimming is strength or dex check.
Swimming is strength
Bye.
based.
We should probably talked about this, but all right. Disadvantage.
Hey, at least the dwarves go together.
Would my grit apply here?
No, swimming
Okay.
is you're not applying blunt force.
Okay.
Swimming.
Is the river an opposing force?
No.
Okay, so
well,
this is
it's
disadvantage.
this river's slowly moving down this part.
You said it's only 5 foot tall, though, right? Is it only 5 foot deep here?
Yes. So
So, and
uh,
technically, some of us who aren't dwarves touch the ground.
So what was
the
DC
reason there's
anyway?
a test is because it's still slow moving current, so you could still lose footing on slippery algae and stuff underneath, right? So
Okay, no, I was just curious.
and down here the DC is only 9. It's
Oh, okay,
because
so
I
I-
mentioned
so-
it was slow moving.
So I passed it.
And it's only 9 for humans. It's 12 for dwarves because
Oh,
the
God.
water is literally over their head. So there's a difference between a tall fighter who's like 6 feet tall, right? Trying to navigate this than somebody who's literally can't touch the bottom.
I will
in
die.
chainmail.
I will crack if we all failed and we just get swept down into the earth and we all die right now.
Okay.
Well,
So what this
Rothgar's doing
means
good.
is you're flowing out. Now, Rothgar, you're able to maintain control just barely to maintain a steady pace and not lose control. But you notice that all the other 3 of them start to flow out with current, and every now and again they're going to come up and get their breath. You all need to make DC 12 con checks.
Oh my god.
everyone?
Except,
What?
no, not you, Rothgar.
Okay. Is there anything I could do to help them? Can I sort of like grab one to sort of help steady them?
Since you barely passed, I'll
your call. I don't
let you
know.
try, but the DC is higher because where you rolled a 9 for a DC 9. I feel like
That makes
you're
sense.
barely holding on yourself.
What should I roll?
It'll be your choice of Dex or Strength, but I'll make it DC 15.
Okay, so the strength grit would not apply, I assume. So
No, this is more about
Okay.
a mix between reflexes and strength.
oh, nope.
I'm gonna say, when in that one, you grab a hold of Kilvar, but his sure sturdiness just yanks you off and causes you to fail.
Okay.
So you were good, but then obviously with him in the current and his flailing about as he dips under the water and he can't breathe.
They all bombed their con checks too.
I have a
Bro,
-2 to con.
I have a -1 to con. We're gonna drown.
Everyone's gonna die. Well, Rothgar might be dead.
We're gonna have a TPK in very, very shallow water.
I'm sorry. We took down the boss bitter mold almost effortlessly. Our death is going to be 5 feet of water.
Well, imagine being 6 feet tall and drowning in 5 feet of water.
That's what's
Yeah.
happening to me right now.
It's a dark cave and you're slipping constantly. Yeah. So what's happening? And I will say on the way out, the reason I'm rolling this is it does transition to get deeper. Like, you know how tunnel you can go
Yeah.
like Tomb Raider style, where you like it goes completely underwater. You got to hold your breath and swim under for a while.
It gets tougher.
So, but no, that's just the narrative we say while you're doing a lot of these rolls. But,
I get it.
So, anyone who failed the con check right now is only DC 9 con. Did anybody? You all fail?
You all failed.
They all
Oh my
failed.
God. Okay, everyone who
That's what I was
failed,
just remarking.
keep track that you lose 1 point of con.
So do we just
It's
remove it?
no, because you won't remember what your max is.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Sorry, can you say it one more time?
Everybody's con goes down by 1, not permanently. It'll come back once you take a long rest. But for the time being, everyone's con is 1 lower. So we'll keep that in mind. But I don't suggest you change it on your sheet because you might forget and your stats are permanently ruined. Temporarily, all of your cons are down by 1. Now, all right, everybody, again, roll. We're going to have one more check before something happens. So everybody can roll a swimming test again. At disadvantage. It's DC 9 for the humans and DC 12 for the dwarves.
I failed. Kilvar is dead. I'm not even doom and gloom. Kilvar is legit dead.
Okay, I gotta roll again because I did a regular roll. So give me a moment. I'll do it.
Hey, I passed a strength check.
So you're swimming. You're maintaining balance and swimming well, Luther.
Give me a moment.
So are you?
I'm good. I rolled like a 19 and like a nat 20, so I'm good.
And you rolled again, did you, Bandit? Is that your 7?
Yes.
Okay, so with the critical success, I'll let you grab a dwarf. Pick a dwarf to...
To be fair, Bandek is closer. I jumped in first.
Okay, so I'll grab Bandek.
All right. So Bandek, you won't need to, but Kilvar, make a contest. This time it goes up to DC 12. And your con is 1 lower. So if that affects your stats. Oh, jeez. All right. So with that, you're able, despite being under the water for what seems like 30 seconds to a minute or more without being able to swing as you flail like Gimli would, you all burst out from this and out into a still moving pond that breaks off into more rivers. And you are outside of the keep. Yep. This river flows to the exterior and heads out.
Did the goldfish lie to us?
I think we went too far.
I'm thinking you forgot exactly what he said. Or maybe misremembered it. All managed to get ashore. All of you cough up a bunch of water. Anybody who has the con damage. And that just represents that, like, you exhausted yourself quite a bit, and it was like drowning, essentially. And your con will come back after a long rest, but otherwise, that's what you're dealing with there now. It looks like you can try to swim your way back in through here, or make your way around the external grounds of Bittermold Keep and come back in the main entrance again.
Well, we sort of know where we are in relation to the main entrance, so I mean, we can do that. So I mean, like, rather than like swim against the current, because we went with the current and that didn't go well for most of our party. So the safer route may be just going around and coming through the main entrance.
The question is, do we want to risk a rest while we're out here?
I don't think we need a rest.
Oh, we're down con.
Oh yeah, because you guys lost some con.
But if we do, we're going to lose a bunch of torches.
Yeah,
but we have the light spell now. Also, just to point out, I am pretty sure that me and Kelvar have half our spells forgotten.
Well, I have 3 spells gone. I only have 1.
So you guys want to take a long rest before we go back?
Okay, so and are we going to swim up? Is that the risk, or are we going to go to the door?
As it stands right now, we can't swim down river, so I don't think upriver is going to go well.
I think swimming upriver is a bad idea, especially for you guys. Because now
Yeah.
you're going against the currents.
Yeah, it's a slow-moving river. Just the DCs slightly increased by 1 level.
I vote long rest.
I vote long rest.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna stay by the side of the river and make camp there, just on the outskirts of the keep.
I mean, we could go back to our last. Was these characters that long rested?
Technically,
No,
not
it was
these
the other
characters.
characters.
No.
No, we should go somewhere else because those fish people might pop into this water.
This is very true.
Like, why don't we go up to like where our other people did, like, you know, because we'll need to scavenge for wood and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
We gotta keep in mind the halflings are going back to the keep, so they might turn on us in the night.
not if we tell them that we killed Plagrina.
That's true. Maybe they'll protect us.
Yeah, because that's what they asked us to do. We did it. So that's if
But
we.
remember that their leader thinks they're coming to help Mugdulblub, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So we don't mention that thing to him.
We could
Yeah,
even
I'm
go
not
as
saying
far as show them by hand and say that we were blessed by him.
But that might make him jealous.
Yeah, I understand he triggers easily.
Well, you heard a rumor.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor.
Well, why don't we talk about this over a rest? Let's go, find a spot, scavenge some wood, and yeah.
All right, so you're going to search through the keep ground, inside the keep, looking for a good place to rest, are you?
Yeah.
Whilst collecting wood.
All right. I'll say that... which are you going to do first? You're going to split it up and do both? At the same time? Or are you just going to go in and look for a spot first and then head out and get the wood?
Can't we do both at the same time?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Are you doing save time? Like, are you splitting the party?
I think we save time.
So you're
Yeah,
split,
I think-
saving time would be splitting the parties. Some goes out for wood and some starts to...
I think we should stick together.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we'll stick together. So we'll... how about we gather some wood first, and then we'll find a spot.
All right. So with the Rangers, I'd like you to roll an intellect test with advantage, Ranger, as you guide the party in the forest, while also trying to avoid any nasties that might be there. Gathering wood around here, that's plenty enough. You avoid any kind of dangers, take a short amount of time, and make your way back into the keep. When you head into the keep, and you start looking around, all carrying handfuls of chopped down and dry fallen trees and that kind of thing, you do notice off to just to the north side of the main entrance of the keep that you guys went in, you do see a fire there inside of a ruins, and you can see that from quite a distance away. So you guys are like hundreds of feet away, and you can just see the smoke going up and the flickering of in the dark in the moonlight of a fire there.
Maybe ignore.
Let me try and sneak up to it, see if I can figure out who it is without being seen.
Okay, with chainmail on, that'll be a straight roll. Unless you take the time to take your chainmail off, and then you would get advantage.
No.
Okay.
Straight roll's fine. Is my bow still lit up?
Yeah, it would be. You can't turn it off either.
Can't turn the light spell off?
Nope. I read that in the FAQ today. Spells with durations cannot be deactivated once they're cast. They have to stay in effect for the whole duration.
I will hand the longbow to Kilbar, or whoever's closest to me. Just hold on to that for a moment. I'll be right back.
Hold the bow.
Roll your stealth for me, please. It'll be
Stealth is just a dex.
It's just dex, yeah. Straight roll because you are a ranger, but you're also wearing chainmail, so. Okay. With a good check like that, I'm just going to roll. By rolling, you're going to... Let me quickly put private GM roll. Normal. And then I'll turn off this. Okay. All right. You are sneaking up towards the flame, and you climb up a few ruins, and so that you can get a kind of a little bit more of an elevated view to look down over the broken walls to see what's going on. You see a fire pit, and you see 8 howlers curled around the fire, including their leader, making it 9. You also see 3 wolves patrolling the area. And I'll also point out that as you're sneaking around, you look up, and in the distance, you see dashing from building to building another howler. You guess that they have scouts out setting a perimeter as well. But
I'm going to sneak back to the group and tell them exactly what I saw. Take my bow back.
Fuck them guys.
There'd be very little chance that we'll get there as a group unnoticed. And they seem to have grown in number.
And when you were last speaking to them, they said they were outside to get some reinforcements and wait for more reinforcements. So that was the last thing. But the wolves just seem to be sleeping at the moment.
I say we ignore them and do our own camp, get our rest, and get back to the keep.
That's a good idea.
All right, you're going to make your own camp?
Does it look like a viable area?
If we make our own camp and they notice us, they're going to approach us and disturb our rest.
So we'll
Also,
go far enough away that they can't really see us.
I will point out that based on this now, anywhere within this keep grounds, if you light a fire, just like I described there, they will see your fire. Because you could see theirs right from the outskirts of the keep. So if you light a fire in keep, it's clearly going to be visible. So that's up to you, or you can go back to the forest. Or you can walk up and say hello. The choice is yours.
He gave us a bunch of art. So the fact we accomplished half the job, I think he'll be impressed as long as we keep our mouth shut.
Yeah, but like if we've sort of like outlived our usefulness, then like we might be dealing with the howlers on top of everything else.
That's true, but we're doing good at our job, right? We'll go in. We'll tell them that there's still a lot of bitter molds in there. There's, other creatures and all that stuff. They need us, not to waste his men. We're doing a good job. We're expendable to him.
You can try, but we might be better on our own. Keep them oblivious to it all.
Oh, what's the rest of the party think?
I think we're better off going and talking to them, because if we start a rest and go to sleep, they're just going to disturb us, like we said before. And if we go to talk to them, and we bring it to them, but then they're not going to probably be hostile.
Yeah, if we're hiding, I think we're being suspicious.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay.
We should designate someone to speak on all of our behalfs.
I can talk to him.
Okay.
All right. There are 3 sleeping wolves as well, so we'll have to let them know from a distance that we're coming.
We can just kind of approach, but not, try to be quiet.
And as you walk, if you just hold your bow out, it's it's the same as carrying a torch. And there's walkways, as you can see here, so if you could clearly approach in the open, walk down the path, and then turn up to like the fallen building. So yeah, you can make yourself clearly visible, and you'll be giving off a light source as well.
Yep.
Sounds like the plan.
Okay. So you head down the various roads here, and you make your way towards the light. When you get about 100 feet away from it, you just start to hear the sounds of the mimicry sounds of wolves. And with that, you spot the shadow, like the silhouette effect of like a howler, like a halfling, just poke out from around a corner and let out a kind of howl a thing, and then another one howls and another one howls, and with that, you just see some motion in the camp.
I'm gonna hold my 2 hands up as being empty, and just say, "Howlers, your allies approach."
A moment passes, and 2 howlers step out to get a closer look in halfling, or in a language that would be equivalent to dwarvish, so the dwarves could understand. Only the dwarves understand as they say, "Okay. Yeah, we were told to expect you. Follow me."
I would say to the humans that they're expecting us and they want us to follow.
And if you go with them, they guide you into the camp. When you approach the camp, you see Gordak there, and the number of howlers, and the wolves kind of perk up, and they kind of like start to walk over towards you and start sniffing you. And the wolves seem very unease, but it looks like they're waiting to get a command to rip your throat out. But the command doesn't come as Gordak approaches you all and says, "The Ashen Hounds, you have returned with the witch's head, I presume."
We've slayed Lady Bittermold. We backtracked for a rest before we go after the man of the house.
"And you don't have the head?"
She literally turned into a pile of goo.
And you see he's contemplating for a moment. He's like, "I don't know if I can take you at your word, but I wanted the head for proof. I would still like that head."
I could take you to the goo.
"Take your rest." And he motions towards the fire, and you look over, and there's a bunch of halflings now. They seem to lower their guard, and they're over and they're chewing on meat of some kind. He looks at you, "Take your rest and head back in and get me that head, or get me some type of proof." Bring me the slime if you must.
Thank you. And I'll go over.
And with that, he does this weird kind of whine into a weird little whistle. And wherever you guys go in the camp, how are you approaching the camp?
Yep.
I'm just following Bandek's, Kilvar's lead.
All right.
Is that
Yeah, same here. I'm just sort of like being cautious, just sort of like looking around to make sure that we're not going to be like ambushed by these halflings.
If they were to ambush you now, you'd be in trouble because you're severely outnumbered. But
Oh, I know.
and you all sit around the nice warm campfire. They're all greedily eating their own meat. They're not sharing with you at all. They reek and stink, as I described before. But that whistle and moan that I mentioned was a command from Gordok. And you notice as you go over, the wolves stalk over next to you and lie down about 5 feet behind you, and they're just watching you. So, is everybody going to mark off a ration and take a long rest?
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
Do we still roll for encounters while we're resting or something, or?
Yeah, so you get it all back. You get your con point back as well, even though you didn't really mark it off. I am not rolling for any random encounters because they are such a presence here with the flames, the wolves, and their scouting parties. You're fully protected. Whereas if you would have slept on your own, there would have been 3 random encounter checks. You get through the night. You actually get a good night's sleep. With rations in your belly. Mark off your rations, of course. But you wake up feeling good.
Okay, back into the keep.
All right, you get up and you head back into... When you wake up, you notice that half the halflings are gone, including Gordok. But there's still 2 wolves and about 3 halflings there just lingering in the area. But you get up and you make your way over to... All right, so you're going in the main entrance again?
And we have recouped the directions the Golden Morlock gave us.
Well, we sort of know. Yeah.
All right. So I'll say you get back to camp, you talk it over amongst yourselves, trying to retrace the exact details of what he said. And you kind of think like he said, take the river to the west to find the illusionary wall.
That's what we did.
Well, that's all he said. So he said, once you break the barricade, head south, find the river, take the river to the west to find the illusionary wall.
He wanted us to swim down the river. He's like a Murloc person.
Maybe we had to go in the river. Maybe
Yeah,
like
that's
where
what I'm
there's a
thinking.
section. It's probably in that section where we sort of went down the passageway. So maybe if we had gone to the river earlier, we might have come across it. So maybe that's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Though, maybe we can bypass that. There's a statue here. Are there initials on this statue? Because remember, I've got that note about a hidden passageway.
Yeah, okay. You go down and look here, and in the entry hall... Oh, you guys have no light sources at the moment, so as you...
I will cast the light spell.
Yeah.
Why do
Don't
you guys
use a
have
torch in
light?
case you have to go
Who's
water.
lighting up here? Because on my tracker, there's nobody with light.
Oh, does anyone have luck for the light spell?
I'll give you my luck.
It's coming from Luther.
Recasting the light spell. Fuck.
Really? Anyone else? Maybe save it for a heal.
Light.
How about you give me that flint? Let me light this torch
But we might go in water.
until we get to the water.
How about give me your luck for this light spell?
Another luck for the light?
Does anybody have a luck they want to give for the
I
light
just
spell?
burned my luck on him.
It seems unnecessary, but I'll do it.
Hey, light spell for the 3rd time. Fuck.
Are you? 2 luck points spent on a light spell that never worked. Okay,
I blame
we're done.
Rothgar.
I'm back.
What is your
We
problem
just-
with me?
So, Kilvar, what you missed is light spell fail, light spell fail, light spell fail.
Oh my god.
We burned 2 luck trying to get the light spell to work.
So maybe your light works.
Don't worry, my light works.
Damn straight.
Okay, at least we have one light source for now.
I didn't realize that we had 2 light spells. I would have advocated so hard for that.
But
Here we are.
mine failed really early, so I've never had it for several games.
Okay, light yourself up there, Kilvar. And
Now you're going to tell us what was on the statue.
so yeah, the statue, you closely examine it. It's a human-like shape. The copper plate says Sir Reginald Bittermole.
Oh, that's another RB. Let's check behind the statue to see if there's a hidden passageway.
I won't make you roll since you're so specifically, clearly looking in that direct spot. You see that the plate that says Sir Reginald Bittermold, pushing on it, it suddenly opens to a secret door.
We have another passage.
I'll lead the way.
Yeah, one light source.
All right, so you can all take a double moves, whatever you want. Start moving.
So we're making a light source. I'm about to walk into the dark.
As Rothgar led the way, I was going to ask, like, do you want a light?
You cast the light spell, so you should have a light on something.
Yeah, no, but I'm kind of casting on Rothgar too.
Oh, you could.
You mean you want to cast it again?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Cast on my shield.
Yeah, I'll give this a go.
Yeah.
Just crushing it.
Light me up.
Yeah.
You get a light, and you get a light.
Nice. All right, so yeah, finish your double moves, everybody, and start heading now. You see it turns into caverns as you head south. All right, so you guys can move down into position here. Now I took the pause off, so you can move down. This area here, you guys are exploring other areas, eh?
We're going to 100% this keep like a PlayStation game.
Yeah. Y'all
All
got any of them side quests?
Yeah.
All right, so
DLCs.
you head down here now, and you see a deep pool of cloudy water stretches out before you, its depths concealing mysteries and colorful shapes that dart about. The area surrounding the pool is littered with the remains of humanoids and fish.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's down here. And then you also notice it opens up to the left here. You can continue on as you were.
If we keep going this way, there's a good chance we're going to come across all those voices. Do we want to backtrack and go through the barricade and go through the river that way and hope that by going to the river earlier, or do we want to go through here and, go through more to get to the same area?
Based on you having a conversation, you now hear a bunch of chatter coming from this direction.
Oh, there you go. Everyone was silent.
Yeah, as you're all hesitating, waiting. Bunch of catfish rush up to you. Who goes there? What are you doing? Are you? And they're like sniffing. They don't look like bitter moles.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Who are you?
I'm going to reach in my pocket. How many of these fish people are there?
You've seen 3.
I see 3.
I'll take it 3 gold. Kind of step forward. Oh my god, it's 4 now.
Oh, there's 4th one.
Now I'm going to step. Oh my god. We're ready to reach my pocket.
Okay.
Because as you take out the gold, they're like, gold, shiny, 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 and they all start rushing.
Okay.
And now you see the water behind them start to murble. And then...
I'm having PTSD the last one. Something okay.
Shinies! Shiny! Oh.
Jesus, Eddie, if you wanted to kill us, you could have drowned us in the lake.
Okay. How many mushrooms you got, Steve?
Oh,
Fresh out.
Who are you?
ooh.
Why do you bring shinies?
As gifts to you.
How much gold are you throwing over?
I'm kind of like looking through, counting how many there are. 16. Whew, I'm sad
Throw him
about
into the
this.
pool as a distraction so we can go.
I'm gonna take a coin and I'm gonna give it to the static one. Just reach out and give it to him. Right?
I will point out that one kind of pushes forward. He has more of like a red tint to his scales, and he looks like the leader.
Okay, so
He'll be the
where's
one
he?
that's I will label. He's
Oh my
evil
God,
right
he's-
now.
evil mutant.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him leader mutant fish.
Oh, okay. I like it better than evil. So I give one to the static as Buddy pushes his way through, and I'm kind of noticing that. I'm gonna take two, and I'm gonna hold them out for him.
He reaches out, takes it. Nice,
Oh, we're
nice.
Now, we're friends.
Mm.
We're good people.
Okay.
And as I'm talking, I'm gonna hand another gold coin to the grateful.
Okay, you handed another gold coin. Your charisma's +2, is it, or +3?
+2, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna
+2.
I'm gonna double your charisma bonus and roll.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm now their new king.
They're like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. And you see they're all like gathering around, just wondering if you're going to be hanging out more. Handing out more, but otherwise they all seem to immediately shift to extremely friendly.
As I'm handing out, I'm gonna look back at the guys and be like, anything you want to ask these people?
They were looking for a magical wall to get into a keep.
Is there any illusionary walls around here? Magical walls?
And they all look at each other a little bit like, and then the leader pipes up and says, oh, what do you want with it? Dangerous.
Kind of look back at Luther.
Tell them we want to clear out the danger.
Oh,
That's why we're here.
clear out? And he looks confused. Looks like they have very low IQ.
Make it go away?
Oh,
Get rid of it?
Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah, good.
Can you take us there?
Yeah.
Can you make sure I don't drown? Hand another gold coin out.
Yeah.
My army of fish people.
Okay.
What do you all know about Madeira? Madeira, the god I follow, Eddie.
Oh, okay, right. They look horribly confused. Madeira. They can barely say it.
So, I'm convinced them to take me to the wall. As we're going, I'm going to preach to him about my god.
They all dive back in the river. Oh
my god.
You dash in there after them, and these all look at you. Now, when you go in here, you see on the ground, within this dimly lit cavern, a bizarre assembly of all the catfish creatures just rush around. They run towards a flat rock about the size of a wagon wheel. This particular rock is piled high with glimmering gold coins that cascades down off its side. And along the wall are thin, intricate carvings. This large stone about the size of a wagon wheel is also covered in ruins. And they says, oh, and they all go over, and one takes a turn jumping on it, and then the next one jumps in the catfish's arms, and the catfish grabs it, and he's like, look. And then this catfish lifts one catfish up with one arm, and then the other one jumps up in his other arm. So he's balancing a catfish in each arm, and it looks like he's doing it with ease, despite their tiny little arms. And when he steps on the stone, you see that the runes on it glow. Oh, and then you hear back here, no, this way.
Oh, I'm so confused. Does he want us to go in the water?
Nope. It's
Okay.
just these two here. All right, so you just ignore that. All right, so what I'm going to do is speed up a little bit. You guys are going to follow, so you guys can just follow these tokens. Then I'm going to mark off a few rounds. Keep up.
And the whole way I'm preaching about my God. Oh.
And as you run past here,
I'm gonna go up to the goop.
oh, look at this. Oh, and they're like poking their fingers. Oh, no, sorry. When you come up here now, you see her body. Vagrina Bittermold is no longer slime. Her body is there, nearly chopped in half.
Oh, cough
And she's in a big pool of slime, but her body has returned to its previous
Oh,
state,
not doing it.
although dead.
Rothgar?
Dead! She died! Yes! And they're like cheering and hooting and hollering.
I'm gonna point and be like, I did that. With the power of Madeira. You too can have the power of Madeira.
They start praising you a little bit.
No, praise Madeira. Praise Madeira.
Madeira!
Yes.
And they start flailing their hands around and celebrating. Is there anything you want to do before moving on?
Ask Rothgar to chop off his head.
Yep. Take the head.
All right, you chop the head. Do you want to check the body for loot?
Oh, yeah, the actual body.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just remind you because it's no longer slime. You couldn't search a slime for loot. But now she is wearing long robes and things, so it's possible. You decapitate her in a gruesome manner and take her head, and the catfishes just cheer even louder when you do so. They seem very unfazed.
Woo!
The rest of you, it's up to you whether you find that grotesque or not. That's up to you.
Too busy looking through her pockets.
All right, so on a 1, there's loot.
Yes. Woo-hoo!
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No, want a broadsword.
All right, and this was a level 5 creature. So loot for levels 4 to 6. You search her body and you find a potion. And it is a potion that you are very familiar with. Well, you're familiar with. You're not very familiar with because they are incredibly rare. But it is a potion of healing. Who would like to take the potion of healing? Just so you know how potions work in this, there's only ever one type of potion of healing. And how much it heals is based on what level your character is.
So, like, what is the healing? Like, what do you roll when you're going to heal with the potion?
As a level 1 through 3, it restores 1d6 hit points. Valued at 150 gold coins. That's how rare they are.
If you just pocket it, Rothgar.
Who wants to carry? Who got a slot to carry it first, though?
I've got a slot to carry it, so I mean, I can hold on to it. Though I mean, I can give it to someone else if need be, because I know I end up taking a bit of damage. I have the most health, but I can also heal myself, which I have not even had to do yet. But I can take it because I do have a spare slot, unless someone else wants to carry it.
I do not. And I can't.
Pointless,
Okay,
pointless for me. Yeah.
Okay, give it to me then.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Now, these other ones just kind of go back to their patrol in the river. The two that were guiding you come over here and dive into here.
Okay.
Just a question, Eddie.
Yes.
Do any of these Murloc things look like they've been tripping balls lately?
It lasted for quite a while, but that one that was tripping is you kind of recognize it. It was this one down here now that's considered scared mutant fish. That was the same one that was tripping yesterday.
Woohoo!
Just keep like staring at Luther, wonder if he's got more mushrooms.
No, they were kind of like going to. They're kind of dumb creatures. He kind of enjoyed it, but he might have been a little bit mad at you. But he's more celebrating now that he just
I'm
noticed that.
failing my swim check.
Okay, so in that case, the confident mutant catfish will assist Bandek and keep you above water.
I rolled very well on my swim check. Even with disadvantage, I got a 20.
I rolled double 2s, if you wanted to know.
And the leader...
Wow, I rolled double 18s.
So, the leader assists Luther. So with those rolls, let's say, and because you have 2 people that came for assistance, and only 2 of you failed, they assist you all. So, start making your way down the river. I'll move this catfish. You can follow him.
Oh, I need to...
I can't get through here. Oh,
Yeah, just hit diagonals. Hit 2 keys at once. 2 arrow keys at once. You'll get through.
Oh, wait,
it's here. It's
just wait a moment. I keep getting, like, stuck on the walls.
Drag it through.
There you go. So yeah, this is one area that we missed. We just bypassed entirely.
It's all good. All right. So when you get here, I'll describe the room. Within the cavern's dimly lit confines, the cave walls bear streaks of red and purple minerals. Their unsettling patterns reminiscent of tortured veins pulsing with some malevolent force, and trickles of water seep down from the walls, leaving eerie white salt trails in their wake. The turbid river charges past at a relentless speed, and the river rushes by, and a faint ruffling breeze brushes against your skin. But otherwise, you're pulled, and the 2 of you are pulled to the ground here by the catfish. It says, "Oh, bad swimmers, bad." And they kind of like spread it over here by the water. Clearly don't want to go any closer, but they point up this way. Dangers!
I'm gonna walk through the wall.
I'm going to give the leader...
Or I'm gonna wait for the light guy to do it, not me.
Yeah,
I forgot I don't have a light.
I have a light.
Right.
I'm going to give the leader a gold coin, the one who helped me swim.
He grabs your gold coin, gives you a fish-like smile, and dives into the water.
I'm through the wall. If anyone wants
Bandek
to
is holding on to his last gold coin because that's all he has.
I gave away 17 gold.
That's more gold than I had ever.
That's a lot of money.
But Eddie, it's worth it for the fish people that I converted to Dira.
Okay.
All
What am I
right.
seeing here? Like, is that just the chamber there, or is what's in this little circular area?
A lot of time just passed, but I'll say with the escort and everything, no random encounters happened. I'll probably check for random encounters after this area here. I know it's been a little bit, but it's okay. Yes, so as you head down here and you look into this area, it's a little hard to see from there. You'll have to get a bit closer.
Boop, boop.
Bit closer. I'm looking through your point of view, and you can't see the things that I need to describe.
Okay.
So right now, it just looks like a large opening of a room.
I'm tempted to put a light spell on a rock and throw it.
Okay,
And
there you go. So, once you get that far, you notice within the dimly lit chamber, you find alcoves housing 6 dusty coffins, each standing upright and held in place by tarnished brass claws securely driven into the cold stone floors. These eerie coffins, covered in a thick layer of dust, are crafted from green-hue glass, their translucent surface revealing nothing of their contents due to the dust, obviously, leaving you with an unsettling sense of foreboding in this cryptic domain.
I'll just sort of like let everyone step in if they want. I'll sort of step to the side. But can we take a look to see if there's like any traps in here, just to sort of avoid any type of like grave robbers? I know there's already an illusionary wall, but
All right, you can do a 30-foot search with a wisdom check. Yep,
okay,
as your action there.
I have no modifiers, but no negatives either. So let's say 11.
Okay. You search the area. You do not see anything that looks like it's trapped from a general perception type of thing. The floor looks pretty good to you. Walls seem okay. I mean, you can't necessarily see each particular coffin in great detail, but from your scan, they don't see anything obvious.
Okay, so I guess to start going around, because we know we're looking for Reginald's. So I guess starting here, is there any way that we can sort of see whose, coffin each of these belong to as we take a closer look at each one?
There is no writing on any of them, and they're all heavily covered in thick dust and grime.
Anything differentiating them from each other, or do they all look identical?
They all look identical.
So should we just open them up one at a time? We're looking for a corpse with 6 fingers.
No. Okay, so if the lady was in here, are any of these look like they're open at all?
No. They all look undisturbed. They've been undisturbed forever, by the looks of things, with the amount of dust on them.
I'll try to open up this coffin I'm right next to. Just get started.
All right. So you head up to that one, and all right, what are you doing with it? It's a glass coffin covered in grime. You open it up.
Wait, it's a glass coffin?
Yep.
Yes, it's transparent.
It's
just covered in
green.
grime.
It's made of green hued glass, but it's just covered in grit and dust.
Okay. Okay, I missed that part of the description. Okay, I just want to can I sort of like wipe off some of the dust and look at the corpse within?
Takes a bit of scrubbing to get this one off, and check it out. Let's see what the dice says.
6 is good.
Oh yeah, sure. All right. You open up as you wipe the dust off the top of this glass coffin. You see the preserved body of a deformed bitter mold of a man.
How many fingers does this man have?
Can't quite tell. They're down to his size tightly in this coffin. You might have to open it to check it out.
Was the D6 for how many fingers he has? Okay. Now, you say of a bitter mold man, does he look like the bitter molds we've seen, or does this guy look like more human?
They look less deformed. They look slightly deformed, but less so.
Okay.
Just like a little bit like, just slightly deformed. Not nearly as bad as the rest that have been around here.
Okay, it looks male. I can't see the finger, so yeah, I'll try to pry off the lid to get a closer look. Unless someone else is going to stop me or do something else.
Is there anything else in this chamber that would indicate like a writing, who's laying in the spots, or anything?
You do not see any writing or any inscriptions or anything out of the ordinary here. Nope.
Is there a place in this that looks like it would be more dignified or set for the head of household kind of deal?
It does not. No.
Okay.
No,
I don't stop.
This room looks to be set up in a way that is fairly bland, and all of these look identical. There's no markings on any of them. No nameplates, nothing like that.
So I don't know if it's welded shut or if it can be lifted off easily.
Nope,
but
you pull the top off the dust-covered coffin, and it opens up. And yeah, you just see a sunken corpse inside, floating in a little bit of preservative now that you can see that it's open.
Show me those digits.
And you look for the hands, fingers, and 5 fingers per hand.
I'll slam it back down. Move on to the next.
Okay, move on to the next. And
It'd be quicker if you guys helped.
Well, if we helped and like 2 or 3 of them woke up, we'd be in a very bad time.
Okay. Wipe the dust off the next coffin.
I'll wave at him like, if you're looking for a 6-fingered man.
the 2 dwarves cackling in the back. And you wipe off this one. It is a female inside.
Next.
Nope.
Okay, you come over to this one. You wipe this one across. There's a man inside.
Open it up.
Okay, you open it up. It's a deformed, weird-looking man floating in preservatives. You check the fingers. There's only 5 fingers per digit.
Slam it down. Move on.
There's a female. Oh. Okay. No. No, there's something I had to do. Yeah, okay, I can still do it now. There's a female in this one, but you do notice that it is wearing some type of golden necklace around its neck.
Not what we're looking for, but something to duly note, unless someone else wants to take a look at it.
Does it look special?
Well, I mean,
I
right
guess
now
it's
you're
eye-catching.
looking through dirty glass. So unless you
Well, no.
if you're going to open
I
it,
did not open the females, so
yeah. So you can open it to closely inspect it if you want, but otherwise you can clearly see it just wearing. All you can make out through this green tinted glass is there's a golden necklace on it.
Okay, let's deal with Bittermold before we leave.
they're all bitter bolts.
Okay, let's deal with Reginald.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. All right. In this one is a male, and also has a gold necklace on.
Well, I'm opening it up anyway, so.
Okay. You crack it
Okay.
open. You're gonna look at the fingers.
Fingers first.
5 digits.
There's only one left. Okay, but let's take a closer look at the jewelry that he has on. What's his bling?
You look closely at it. It looks similar to the one you seen through the glass there a minute ago, and this one is a golden necklace with a ruby and gold eye pendant.
Am I able to easily take it off without like disturbing the corpse too much?
You'd have to kind of lift up the head enough to like pull it off, or like pull it up over the head, or try to fool with the haps behind it. But
I got it open, sure, why not?
all right, with that you do so, and you take it.
I'll take the necklace.
Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
you lose their necklace.
All right, so you'll see it in the
Put
chat
the cover
there.
down. Okay, and we're gonna take a look at this last corpse.
Yes, you will. You
This has to be him.
you flip it open. All right, sorry.
Well, is it?
You
I'll take a look at it.
you pull.
This
So
guy.
yeah, you pull off the dust and you look, and it's a male.
Okay,
All right.
open it up.
You open it up, and you check
Okay.
the hand, and there's an extra digit.
Of course, it's the last one.
I will point out it says right here in the thing. The southeast coffin contains Reginald Bittermold.
Jeez, literally the last one. If I just started from the south.
That's why I made me
Okay.
laugh. All right, when you went up there.
That's
so yeah,
so
there's an
funny.
extra finger on each hand. The body appears
Okay.
rubbery, just like
Okay.
all the other ones. And other than that, it's just a corpse lying there. And with
Okay,
that,
right.
this has been so many rounds. I'm rolling for a random encounter.
Makes sense.
Okay,
You're gonna get one.
continue on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to. I'll sort of let the guys know while I'm doing this, if they want to look at the other jewel that I point out the lady corpse had. But I'm going to try and cut open Reginald to look for the cloven heart.
I'm not going anywhere because I expect him to wake up.
Where are you cutting to?
His neck. It's in his mouth.
I'm going to cut, try to pretty much split his entire torso, sort of start from the top of his chest and cut down right down to his navel.
We were told it was in his mouth.
Yeah.
It was just in his mouth. I thought he actually. Okay, we'll just open his mouth then. Okay.
Who told you that?
No, we were told he swallowed it.
He swallowed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was just going to open his torso.
Right. I was
That's
gonna
say,
so I figured it might be somewhere in there.
The portrait showed it in his mouth, and the statue had a gem in a mouth.
So I check the mouth first. Okay, let's check the mouth first before I
Yeah, you check the
cut open
mouth.
this
There's
corpse.
nothing in there out of the ordinary.
Okay, I'm cutting up the corpse. So
All right,
I'm going
so it
to
takes a bit of time, and it's kind of disgusting as you use your big blade and you slice down. You're literally gutting him like a fish,
Yeah.
and the stomach, everything in the stomach just spills out onto the ground, and it's a big pile of gush. So are you going to sort through the gush?
Yep.
Oh, it reeks like the worst thing possible. All of you, give me a con check to see if you vomit.
Oh, we're
I
great.
back away. Does that help?
It DC 12 because it is the most gnarly thing ever. As you watch the guts spill out on the floor and just mixed with purple goo, and it's the worst smell you can imagine. You.
We
I
gotta
fail.
punch-
Which makes
we gotta
sense
punch-
because I'm the one digging through it, so I'm surprised.
We
I'm
got-
surprised I succeeded.
Luther's,
We got 3 pukers.
Luther's able to hold his stomach. The rest of you guys, like a couple of you just do minor spit ups, right? Some of you are just like, "Whoa," and you just got to get away from it for a moment, and just turn your back on it for a minute, and then and you throw up a little bit in your mouth, and it takes an extra moment there to gather your composure. But with Rothgar, you're searching through it with your hands.
With my hands.
All right, sorting through the goop and slide, and then suddenly you move an intestine, and then like, and sliding across the floor, covered in this slime with some kind of solid stone-like thing that scraped across the floor.
Okay.
So who's going to pick it up?
I got a slot for it. I'll pick it up.
All right. So as you clean the muck and grime off of this thing, that is what is before you. It is a beautiful ruby containing some kind of magical essence. And as described, it is a split down the middle to resemble that of a heart. You have found your objective and gain 3 XP.
Sweet.
As you pick it up, Bandek, you feel its magical potential. It grants the owner immunity to fire, gives +2 strength, +2 charisma, but it also seems to have some kind of curse on it as well that you can't identify at this time. Like, it doesn't let you know what the curse is, but there's like also something not right and unsettling about it.
Not a problem because someone's looking to like buy this anyway.
Yep. You're gonna turn the goop.
Ooh. That's fine. I'm ready to turn the goop.
Hey. Rothgar wants to head back to the river to wash off his hands because they're just covered in like rotted guts.
Well, guys, time to go home.
Okay.
All right, you're taking off? All right.
Wait, now,
Yep.
before we go anywhere, we have to consider the fact that the halflings are now done with this.
Okay. Well, we're done here. So let's just
Well, my
like
point
give them
is-
the head.
Are they going to let us go?
Well, they're outside.
This is my point. Do we want to go the river way and just disappear?
Oh, I figured we were going up the riverway anyway. It's the quickest way out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Head back to the river.
Okay. All right. So, if you're all just going to go to the river and exit via the river, I'm not going to roll for any more random encounters. You make it to the edge here, and you're all going to go for a swim.
That's the plan.
Okay. Before we go any further. Oh, hey.
Oh, you live! You live! Why is Bandek left in the dark back there? I'm gonna drag him. He's
Sorry.
no problem. They're like, wow, you live!
So,
I'm like already washing my hands off.
Yeah, you clean it off, and they're just like, it doesn't. It's pretty nasty, but it doesn't affect them too much. But you rinse yourself in the river the best you can. Still stinks, just not as bad.
Still stink. Yeah.
yeah, so
They just, jovially, like, jump back in the river.
So,
And,
we're done with this place?
Are you diving in and swimming out?
yep.
Okay. So, yeah, if you all just, I should do it, because something could happen on the road. So, go ahead and roll your swimming tests. Don't mind nerves. You slip on a rock, and you just, and he goes under like a rock.
Where are my fish
Oh,
people?
I did very well. Like, I dropped the nat 20, but I still got like 17. Oh, man. Well, at least Bandek's doing
I got 20 at disadvantage.
Wow.
Whoa, how did you pull that off? All right. So, With the critical failure, I'm gonna meet. You got a DC 18 con check.
Oh my Jesus.
Because you critically failed. Let's see if you pull that off.
Oh my!
You lose 2
He's
con.
drowning.
You lose double the amount of con. As you,
5 feet of water. Just a reminder.
he literally goes under like a rock and inhales a lungful of water.
Where were my fish people?
All right, and now give me another swimming test. So everybody, everyone who failed can do a con check, DC 12. We'll just do these rolls really quick so we can just get on, because it could come into play.
So just the con checks for anyone who failed.
Con checks for anyone who failed.
Hey.
All right, so despite your failing of swimming, you're able to hold your breath long enough that it's not affecting you. You're not inhaling water. And so now we'll do our second swimming tests.
Jesus. This is not working out for me.
Oh, man. And...
I do another one?
Yeah, do
Oh,
another
I did
one.
good. Yeah, 17 again.
There's going to be
I'm good.
3 in total.
I
This
was-
is the second one. Okay, so everyone
11?
failed. Everyone failed.
I didn't fail.
Except, no, let me finish. Everyone failed except for Rothgar.
Oh, okay.
So you 3 again, make con checks again. And then there'll be one more swim test after this.
Oh, just under.
No, yours is not 18, Luther.
That was only 18 because you got a critical fail.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, that was my con check for failing the second one.
You shouldn't have failed. 16 shouldn't have been a failure.
Yeah, you passed, Luther. You're good. And so you failed to swim. So you've been under the water for like a minute now, but you're holding your breath good enough that it's the check will keep getting up higher and higher the longer
What's
you're
the
under the
DC?
water. You failed.
So my third
you're
straight
3
check.
down. And Bandek, last round, did you swim?
I failed.
Oh, this is the last swim
I
check?
failed my. I failed my swim and I failed my check.
And so you're losing
Okay.
1 con as well, Bandek. And that was the last swim test, guys, to see how you get, how you make out of here.
Okay, I failed my last swim check. But it was the only one I failed.
I passed my swim check with
You did.
disadvantage.
Yep,
And I make a con check then?
you do. And you failed
Ooh.
there.
I did a critical fail on my con.
I failed my con.
15
I'm assuming,
con.
yeah, I got.
All right.
That's
So everyone who failed their con again loses 1. The critical fail loses 2. So
What's the DC?
12 to swim.
Oh, I passed this one.
No, you failed, but no, you failed to swim. So then you had to make a con test.
Yeah, con.
But no, the con save for you. This
Oh.
is your 3rd round underwater, so it's
yeah.
now 18.
Oh, I failed.
Because it was 12 to 15 to 18 because you didn't get a chance to come up for air.
So you failed all of your cons. So you were like down 4 or something?
Yeah, and he critically failed 1. So
Yeah, I think that's why he
Yeah.
missed double. So that's why he's down
exactly.
4.
So your current con right now,
It's 4.
you have 4
You only had
con.
8 con to start with?
I have 8 con.
I have 5 con.
Well, you're lucky.
I
this-
had 15, so I only went down to 14 that entire
Oh,
time.
man. If I had your con, I would have 1 con right now.
If you're down to 0 con, don't you just like instantly die?
yeah.
It seems like you would die.
That's how death works in this. But luckily for you, I said there was only 3 checks before the river itself would shunt you out.
Yeah. So
so
if there
as-
had been 2 critical fails, then, Kilvar would have been dead.
Also, you don't know what random encounter you might meet on the road where con could be a factor, and you're making con checks to stay alive and everything.
Okay.
Remember? So it does.
Thankfully, I do have an odd number of cons, so even though it dropped down, my modifier is still the same.
All right, you all spit out at the end. Most of you underwater. Well, at least you all came out underwater, and you get up to crawl yourself to shore, and you're hawking up along. You have to take a while to recover here, and a lot of you are just it's like basically near drowning victims here. So it takes a while to recover, and you get up and you get back on the road, and you're heading back. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, just head back. We'll
Yeah.
just skip the howlers completely, and yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're traveling on the road. It was only a 3-hour journey.
Can a ranger lead us back safe without us getting lost?
Right, so we... well, first I'll do a test, because I got to do a test. On a 1, there's a random encounter.
We're gonna
Okay,
get
so
one.
now I need an intellect test. DC... No, you traveled this route, and you made it last time. I'll say coming back you can manage.
Okay.
Navigating
We're not going to
on...
an unknown location.
Yeah, it's going to it on the way back, and the DC was only 9 initially. If this was like initially like an 18, I would have dropped it down to a 15 or 12 on the way
That makes
return.
sense.
But it was already
the easiest
it was
to
already
do.
very easy to begin with. So, yeah, no random encounter. 3 hours later, you arrive into the city of Elderach once again. You have made it back. You all marked off your 3 XP, I hope.
Yes.
We are the greatest heroes of all time.
Okay. After nearly drowning and hiking for 3 hours through the dark wilderness, you come into town. You immediately, I'm assuming, find your way to a warm meal and a bed as quick as you can, and a shower for most all of you, especially Rothgar.
Yeah.
Well, not a shower, but more or less a bath and a wash. You get all cleaned up. You're exhausted, and you're all just going to probably have a rest and deal with cashing in everything in the morning, I assume. Fair to say?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So you all get your long rest so you can fix yourself back up. You get your con back and all that kind of stuff. We'll still say the next day you're pretty exhausted here, but you're all, once word arrives that you are back and you've arrived back to the guild, you are summoned once again by the guildmaster. And it's to his main hall where he does his meeting room where you've met before. So I assume you're all going to make your way there. When you go up there, he's waiting. He stands up as you all come in the door. Waiting for a salute.
I'll salute.
Is this salute?
I will also salute.
I will do a haphazard salute. Nothing super formal or crazy.
I'm just testing you to see if you remembered to salute. With that, he just gives you a nod. After a long delay, it was clearly waiting for it. He thinks, well, he just a slight frown on his face, but otherwise that goes away and turns to a moderate expression as he says, congratulations. You've completed your first contract, I assume. If you're back. And he looks with an eyebrow raised.
Look to Bandic.
I'll present the cloven crystal.
And he hobbles over, takes it from you, holds it in his hand, and looks at it. Quite the item. Quite the curse. So what is it? Will you hold on to this item yourself and cancel the contract? Or would you like me to fulfill it?
We're here to fulfill the job.
Very well. He takes that, slips it in the pocket. Then your reward, and he goes over to a cupboard, pulls out, looks through various amounts of coins in there, and he counts out enough, drops it in a pouch, and brings it over and drops it in front of you. And it is, I believe it was 200 gold coins. So you don't need to take that yet, because that's not each. That's going to be divided out amongst you, plus, whatever. So he gives you that, and he says, well, it seems like you have carrying quite the amount of gear. Shall we divvy out the spoils?
Yes.
You shall.
So with the long table, he guides you over to this big table and expects you to drop it all there. So I am going to copy and put in the chat right here. This is what I got up until today's session. So what else do we have to add to it? Did you
The
find
potion
it?
of healing.
Right. All right. So the way this works is the stuff up top is going to be these are things that you would just sell for the sake of selling, along with that ruby-eyed necklace as well, plus the 200 reward for the the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Comes to 407 that was earned. 10% of that goes to the guild.
40.
So the guild will just simply take 40 gold for the guild, divided by 4. Okay, so I'm basically going to say that you each received 90 gold after the guild takes 10%.
Okay.
And the guild actually ended up with, I'm going to say about 46 gold, actually, for the guild, because the odd amount goes to the guild. There we go. So that's for the basic things. Now, as for gear that needs to be thrown in the pile, everybody now can roll a D20 and D20, and the order that you get is the order that we're going to be. You get to pick items from there.
Do I want to sell the potion of healing? Like, it could be good. I think it might be good to keep on hand in case we're ever in a situation where healings run out.
Well, imagine if some AoE goes off and both healers go down.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I think it's good clutch, so I'll hold on to that. And I think for that reason, I think I am the best person to at least hold on to it for the group, because I do have a lot of HP.
So you can talk amongst yourselves whether you want to do that. Upgrade unlock any of these. But before you do, I want to point out a big part of this now is during every downtime now, you have a choice between when you return, you can either do carousing, where each participant pitches in for the cost of an event, and then everyone who participates or pitched in gets to roll, and usually it gives you bonuses. It can give you various effects, but it can also give you XP. Now, the other thing you can do, instead of carousing, you can take that time to learn. And learning is essentially trying to learn a new skill for your character. It requires an intellect test, which is pretty hard to pull off, but you could learn a new skill, which would basically give you advantage when you're trying to do that skill.
Sorry, just say the options for carousing again. I just want to make note of them.
What it is to carouse, each participant pitches in for the cost of the event. So the costs are either 30, 100 gold, 300 gold, 600 gold, but it's like a group effort, right? And then, so once you reach at least 30 gold, that would let you roll for carousing. Minimum of 30 gold has to be put in, and which is like a worthy night of drinking and festivity. And if you can all pitch in and reach 100 gold, then it's a full day and night of gambling and recounting your exploits, and you'll get +1 bonus to your carousing roll. Then you roll on a table, and things happen. It could be XP, it could be other bonuses, different things. So.
I'll throw 25 gold in for a full night and day of carousing, if that's what everybody wants to do.
So if you want to, you could each throw in 25, then you'd hit the 100 gold threshold, so that you could all have a full day and night of revelry, gambling, and recounting your exploits.
I'm good for that. Let's just do that. That's nice and even for everyone.
And preaching the good word of Madeira.
Okay, so we'll start with that. Everybody mark 25 gold off. I was going to point out that the guildmaster then says, you all need to take some time to relax and unwind after being in the dark for so long. And he also says, here, take this. And he gives you all 20 gold coins. You don't need to mark them. You don't need to mark them down. The Eternal Twilight Tavern is having a Wizard and Thieves event. I suggest you go over there and mingle with the locals and take part in the game. It'd be a good way to blow off some steam. And that 20 gold will be your buy-in. Alright everybody, the next episode will be here on the screen if it's available at this time. Otherwise, if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the adventure, share this with your friends if you want to help this channel grow, and as always, stay in the light.